What does every great lacrosse team have? An incredible crease attackman, a guy who consistently cashes in from in close and takes care of the ball. I'm talking about guys like Gaudet and Laviano, who are critical to their team's success, and they're huge reasons why their two teams won the last two national championships. Hey guys, it's Jake with Lax Weekly, and today I want to break down exactly what you need to do to become an elite crease finisher. Today we're going to be doing a film study of two of my favorite crease attackmen, Gaudet and Laviano. If you're trying to play college lacrosse, make your varsity lacrosse team, or just want to become a better offensive lacrosse player, I really don't think there's a better video you can watch than this. This is episode 1 of a new series I'm calling Lacrosse IQ. And yes, if you watch Paul Rabel, this is just my version of his series, Game IQ. I really want to help you become the best lacrosse player possible. So grab a pen and paper, take some notes, rewatch the video, and let's get into it.
In goals, assists, and points. Eli's shooting 10 of 14. Alessi, Gaudet does it again!
Okay, I absolutely love this play here because Matt uses a pick play in order to get open. So notice here, Matt comes up to start setting this pick, but he realizes that his defender is so eager to get to the pick, so then he rolls and does a great backdoor cut. And people are gonna say, oh, this is bad defense. Yeah, well, this is a Division I college lacrosse team. So if they make mistakes on pick plays, I promise you that any level of lacrosse you play at, defenders will make mistakes too. And then this finish, Gaudet shows incredible awareness here. Look, he has 3 guys collapsing on him, so he just gets the ball out as quickly as possible. And sometimes the best shot is the quickest, not the most accurate. When you have some time, you can be patient and place the ball. But when defenders are coming towards you, just get it off as quickly as possible. Let's take a look at another example of what I'm talking about.
Lead offensive teams and elite offensive players, they've struggled. Gaudet, good look! 3-0 Yale.
Yeah, here's another great example of a pick play. So Matt doesn't even set a pick. He's just acting like it for a second and then he rolls off. I'm telling you guys, pick plays work like magic against defenders. If you've been playing for a while, you know defenders have to communicate and it's really complicated. But for an offensive lacrosse player, you can just pick and roll and bam, you are open. And let's look at this finish here. So once again, Matt's far enough from the cage that a quick release is actually better than placement here. Now let's look at a different way that we can finish.
Defense. Morrell's got the short stick, Egan. Morrell feeding Gaudet.
This is another great play by Gaudet. So notice his teammate Jackson Morrell is coming up from X and Matt makes a backdoor cut. If you don't know what a backdoor cut, it's when you cut towards the cage instead of towards your teammate. And this type of cut is really effective for all crease attackmen. So we'll look at some more of these in a second. And look, Gaudet presents a very clear target to his teammate, which is something you guys should all be doing. And then this finish is the most important part of the play. So he does what's called a leaner. He's looking left like he's gonna shoot it stick side high and then he finishes right. Yeah, so Matt is Canadian, and you'll notice Canadians are especially good at finishing. He definitely has a box lacrosse background, and since the goals are smaller in box, you have to use deception, like the leaner, in order to get a good shot off. Yeah, so if you're an aspiring crease attackman, learn how to score without using fakes. Just be able to use your head and shoulders. Let's look at another good example of a leaner.
Type player, he's going to play in the pro league. He's done nothing but represent this program.
Tevlin, Gaudet. That's 6 goals for Matt Gaudet.
Yeah, here's another great example of a leaner. So Yale comes down on this fast break here. Gaudet looks left like he's gonna shoot near pipe and then he blasts it middle-ish far pipe. And this was the right shot to do because look at his defender. He's running straight at him. He's about to crush him. So he needs to get off the shot quick. Yeah, guys, I really hope you're seeing the power of using your head and shoulders as deception. You don't need all these crazy fakes to score on a goalie. And now I want to look at some situations where patience pays off.
Down Alessi, and that one finally turned away. Reeves picks up the ball in the scramble, feeds the crease, Gaudet.
So this was a great play. Let's take a look how this happened. So there's this ground ball scramble here, and notice Matt is really far away from it. So he knows that he's not gonna have time to go try and pick up the ground ball. Instead, he anticipates that if a Yale teammate can pick up the ball, he can get open for a shot. So once that happens, Matt does what every great crease guy does. He presents a very clear target to his teammate, Ben Reeves, who finds him open. And look, the defender thinks he has Matt covered because he's close to him. but Matt's body is in between his man and the stick, so the defender cannot check the ball. And then let's look at this finish here. When you're really in close, it's tempting to want to just chuck it at the goal. But a lot of times it's good just to take that extra second and place the ball if you're so close. Otherwise, you're basically hoping you don't get stuffed. And Matt does a great job here of just placing it where the goal is not. It's not too difficult. He's not overthinking it or anything like that. And so yeah, the big lesson here is if there's a ground ball, either sprint to try to get it or try to get yourself open. Because if you're thinking one play ahead of everyone else, that will be 1 or 2 free goals that you can get yourself a game. Let's take a look at another example of a patient finish.
Morrill from the wing, back to Ty, who's got 3 goals. Now Kotler. A couple of assists in the first half for Kotler. Great feed by Reeves, the vision! And he finds Gaudet on the crease.
Okay, so Yale is on man up here, and Matt's kind of camping this crease area here, and he receives a great pass from Ben Reeves. And now this is subtle, but instead of just quick sticking this ball in, he makes sure that he catches the ball, takes a breath, and then finishes the ball low. Yeah, this is totally a situation where I'd see most lacrosse players like freak out and try to bat the ball in. But the very best crease attackmen know when they can be patient and get off a quality shot. And don't worry, this is just gonna come with time. Now let's look at another really important skill that all crease attackmen should have: catching the ball while under pressure. Here's a clip I'll play for you to show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Here comes Alessi. Slips it inside. Gaudet stays with it and scores. The hat trick for Matt Gaudet.
Wow, this was incredible. All you aspiring crease attackmen, this is what you want to be like right here. You can't just catch the ball when your hands are free. You need to be able to catch it when defenders are draped all over you. And look, Gaudet catches this ball, and now his defender is way too over-aggressive and tries to take the ball away. So then once Matt secures the ball, he just runs and gets open to score. And once again, box lacrosse is the best way you can help with catching. But I know not everyone has access to box lacrosse. So the next best thing you can do is try to throw the ball as hard as you can against your rebounder and just try to practice catching at weird angles. Let's take a look here at another situation where catching the ball under pressure is really important.
Now, dramatic improvement from his freshman year.
He's Duke's best close defender. Morrill trying to play back to Gaudet. How about Matt Gaudet? That's his 10th goal of championship weekend.
Another great play here. Look, Gaudet is getting checked by 2 defenders, but he's able to catch and get the ball out quickly. Catching the ball under pressure is definitely one of the most underrated skills a lacrosse player can have. So if you want to become the next Gaudet, you need to learn how to do this. Now remember earlier in the video when I mentioned backdoor cuts? Let's take a look at a few more examples of those. This is pretty much as textbook as it gets here for a backdoor cut. Let's break down how you can do this. So Ian is on the wing here, and the first thing he does is make a move towards his teammate at X. And look at this, he's kind of jogging, he's lulling his defender to sleep, thinking that he's just kind of making space. Then he quickly makes that backdoor cut towards the cage. And now listen up, because this is important. The second he has a step on his defender, notice that he has his stick up and out in front of his body. So now his body is between his stick and his defender. This means that his defender is toast. There's literally no way for the defender to check the ball out of his stick. Let's look at another example of an easy backdoor. Look how easy this was. Cutting doesn't have to be some complicated science. These are just basic backdoor cuts. These things work against the top defenders in college. Okay, now I'm really excited to share with you one of the best strategies you can have as a crease attackman, which is picking exactly where you're gonna shoot before you shoot. Let's look at an example. So look at this play. Laviano clearly knows he's going to go low to high here no matter what happens. The second he catches the ball, he's already winding up to shoot. There's no thinking, just doing. So if you know that a goalie is going to drop low or go high every time, you can think of your shot ahead of time. So when you do catch the ball, it's just a quick release. Let's look at another example here. Look, exactly the same thing on this play. He's ready to shoot immediately. Oh, and what about this play? Same thing here. He knows how he's going to shoot it. And what about this play? literally the exact same thing again, but it works every time. So the big lesson I hope you're taking away from this is that sometimes placement isn't that important. A lot of times, especially as a crease attackman, it's all about the quickest shot possible. And a really easy way to make sure that you're shooting quick is by knowing where you're gonna shoot it before you catch the ball. That way it's no thinking, it's just executing. Who should I break down next, or what skill should I break down? I read every single one of my comments, so let me know down in the comments below. Okay, also quick ask of you guys. My YouTube following is way ahead of my Instagram following, so make sure to go follow me on Instagram. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.